Hi everybody. Today we are doing the glow-in-the-dark fireflies today. So fun. And we're going to do the main theme, the texture that holds this whole painting together is a spiral. So the first thing we're going to do is the spiral of the moon, right? But it's not a circle. A spiral goes like this. It goes big, then smaller, 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 smaller. Eventually, all the black gets painted, but we're practicing for our brain, the spiral, because then we switch to make a teeny tiny spiral on the fireflies, like a fingerprint big. But if we understand it here, this makes it so much, like, easy, right? So we're gonna start with our bigger paintbrush, the yellow one, and this is a really nice $6 paintbrush, right? So if you want to, it makes flowers. It's called a round. So it makes flowers and leaves. So if you go, oh, I'm gonna keep this. Well, to keep it, you have to wash it and then pinch it with a paper towel and then look at the paper towel. If there's any color in it, it still has plastic in it, because the color is plastic. So you have to rinse and pinch until it's perfectly clean, and then she won't dry stiff. Does that make sense? But this one is from the dollar store, so you can rinse it and everything, and it's really good for writing words, like if you're gonna draw rocks, paint the rocks all cute and right, it's really good. But it's not precious, not like this one. I really wanted you to have a nice one, okay? So we're gonna do this moon, and we just, so if we look at it, it's blue paint with white on it. All right, so let's find those. I can open my white paint and my blue paint. Look how dark she is. Ooh, but we add white to her and she's gonna be gorgeous. Ta-da! You got it? Your blue's open and your white. And you can get them and move them around as you need to, so you're comfy. And then big paintbrush. And then, so at first you're gonna remember you have a human brain, which it's your parents' fault because they were human, but you will be yes, Andre's perfect. You will be frustrated and confused, kind of angry. Then you're like, oh, I kind of get it. And then I'm bored. That is how fast the human brain switches from what to boring, right? So we're like, this will be like, you're gonna be like, what is she talking about? And they're like, oh, I get it. Like that. So we're gonna get a scoop, and we're gonna make this blue thick on this moon. Thick. Okay, thick. Because it makes a really good texture. It dries lumpy. So I'm gonna get a scoop of dark blue. Look how much I got. I don't care. I'm going to put on my painting. Scoop. And now I just want to, I put yours as black Sharpie, and it looks shiny, on the flat canvas. I had to put silver Sharpie on mine. But I'm going to get rid of that Sharpie because it's ugly. So I just go by. And then with paint, we don't wiggle. Look, I'm just pushing the paint. No wiggling necessary. That's for crayons and markers and colored pencils, right? Where you have to get one tiny speck of color out. No, we get a huge amount of paint, scoop, and we push it like a bulldozer. Just fold over your paintbrush and push. Exactly. It's a disgusting amount of paint. What if we waste all this blue paint? So not delicate, right? Watch. Smash. Look, I'm going to fold my paintbrush over. Look. Smash. And then I push. And it's huge. Because I'm just trying to get the paint off my paintbrush. Get off my paintbrush. Okay. Well, that was fun. But the whole time we're playing around with our paint, the air is stealing the water out of our paint. So we have to go faster. So I get another scoop. But let's try a spiral. So what's the difference between a spiral and a circle? That's a circle, the most boring thing ever made. You can't see it, but I'll bring it closer. Watch. Now you can see it. Okay, watch. Now everybody pause and look up. Eliza, You're going way too careful. I do this with kindergartners. Paint like you don't care. Smash! Not careful. And the more paint you put, the happier you'll be. Now I'm going to do a spiral. Huge, disgusting glob of paint. And I just go around. And then I go less paint, running out of paint, all gone. Spiral. Not a circle. Because what's the texture that we're after? Exactly. And how much paint do we have on there? We have to use up the whole cup of blue. Do not be delicate. Well, is all my black gone? No. I need more blue. So how much blue should I get? Who's being careful? I'm staring at you. I can see who's being careful. Don't be careful. Watch this. Get a huge, disgusting scoop again. What? And we're just going to push this paint around and around and around and around in a spiral until all the black is gone. Okay. Well, last time I went from the outside in. What if I start from the middle? And look at how lumpy mine is. Is that bad? No. It's my only moisture in this whole painting. I don't get any water. There's no water in this painting because water will drip and ruin your painting. So we don't use any water. Yulisa, more paint. Uh-oh, Lillian. How much paint are you using? Get a huge, disgusting scoop and then shove your paint. That's right. Nice and thick. Well, look, I still have black showing. I need to go again. I'm going to get a huge scoop of blue and I'm just going to spiral where it's black. Okay. Bye. And bye. Okay. And I can see that it's not shiny. Look at that lump right there. Should I care? No. It's all thick. Do you guys think I'm telling you the truth? Or you think my experience doesn't matter and I don't know what I'm talking about? Come on, put the paint on there. Trust me. Put a disgusting amount on there. What? You still have blue in your cup? You could put more. Don't even care. It'll have interesting texture. Just scoop and slop and scoop and spin and scoop and spin. But watch, do I go like this? Little circle, little circle, little circle, little... No, that's not a spiral. I don't know what that is. A curly fry? No. I go round and around and I get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Or I go small to big, bigger, 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 bigger. What an interesting texture that is. And now that it's really, really wet, it's slippery. So it's fun to do the spiral, right? Woo, woo, woo. Yes, it's a texture thing. Because look at my original. Everybody pause and look up. What? So is the white solid? No, I put specks of white and swirl them in for interesting texture. Very cool. Okay, I would like to get some white. My paintbrush is covered in blue paint, so if I stick this in my white, I will ruin my white paint, right? So I'm going to get a paper towel. You can lick it off, or you can get a paper towel and put it in there, fold it over, and just squeeze it and pinch the paint out. And it's all clean. Look at big giant booger of paint in my paper towel. But do I have to have it perfectly clean? No. Because I'm going to add white and make new colors of blue. So the blue's not going to hurt nothing. Right? I just don't want that much blue getting all in my white. See? That worked good. It's clean-ish. Right? Okay, now I'm going to get white. And I'm just going to stab my white like I'm mad one time. So what does she mean? I mean just go stab. Got some. Now you do it. Stab your white paint. It's a globule. And because the paint is this much, right? It can only pick up this much white. Oh, there. Right? So now I'm going to drop it off. I'm not going to drop it off in straight lines for a spiral, but maybe some curved dashes. And I'm just going to drop it off and try to get it off my paintbrush like a booger. I go, oh, look at the buckle. I got it. around. Oh, there. So look, it's not perfect. I'm going to go and stretch those, right? So drop them off in little dashes first. You just drop them off, pip, 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 and then we get to play with them. Okay? So who likes going from big to little? Then that's what you should do. Who likes going from little to big, making your spiral? Then that's what you should do. It's a texture thing. Everybody likes it different. I like to go small to little. And if we hit some white, so it's an accident. We put them on random. And how many color values do we need for 3D? 3. Dark, medium, light. So some blue will have nothing. Some blue will make baby blue. And maybe I'll have a string of white if I'm lucky. You want to see? Do I have dark? Do I have medium? Do I have light? Did I stop? Yes. Because if I keep going, what will I get? The whole thing will be baby blue. I just would like to turn it into spiral texture. So let me try. I'll bring it closer. So I start in the middle and I just go rear, rear. And I might hit a white, I might not. I'm just making a nice spiral. Sometimes I hit white and sometimes not, but I might get a variation of color. So I even got pieces of white that lived, but I hate it, so I'm going to touch it there. Oh! You're jealous of my texture. Remember, just don't pick up your paintbrush, just a spiral that goes either big to little or little to big, whatever you like best. But we can't look, do not go like this. Everybody pause and look up. Lillian, watch. Don't go dash, dash, dash. That's actually scribbling my paint together. What am I getting right here? A color. That is so boring. I could have put it on my plate and stirred them together. I actually like the different textures and colors I'm getting. Right? And they're like, oh, that's interesting. Do I have dark colors? Do I have light colors? What is that? What is happening? How interesting. But what if I touch it too much? Color. Very boring. Nobody cares. Okay, now what color, what is on my paintbrush right now? Some like extra paint. What if we take this extra paint from our paintbrush and just blur the, like make some dry dusty swirls around the moon, right? So like, what? You mean ruin my beautiful circle? Yeah. Watch this. Watch me do it. And it's kind of dry. I don't need to go back and touch my spiral and get more. I'm just, whatever is left, it's like, it looks like a misty glow because it's so dry. And they're like, oh, it's like invisible dust. What? Just kind of ruin the edges of it so it's blurry. Isn't that interesting? It's fuzzy. Fuzzy. I don't need more paint. I'm just, whatever's left on my paintbrush is good enough for me. Schmeary, schmeary. Did you get what kind of texture did we had? Smooth, and then we had dry. By giving our paintbrush permission to run out of paint, we got a new texture. Right? Fuzz out. Use what's left on your paintbrush. It kind of ruin the outside edge so it's blurry. Blur, blur, blur. It's like dry and rough. Like fog. Like a different texture fog. Right? Okay, now I need to clean my paintbrush. I'm gonna lick it off. No, you grossos. Let's get a paper towel. Pin. I just like to see who tries it. It'll be disgusting, but it won't kill you. Okay, clean pinch, paintbrush. Okay, now we're gonna do our moon. Right, and my moon is white. She's in the inside. That was just the outside glow of the moon. But my moon is actually 3 fingers big. Right, let me show you up close. Oh, okay. But you were born human. It's your parents' fault. So you can't make a circle without tracing something, right? But you know what you can make is a rainbow and a smile. And we're going to use our finger, not our paintbrush. You know why? Your paintbrush is rough like this and she'll pick up too much blue. We're going to float on top of the blue paint real soft with our finger, but I can't make a circle. So I get white paint like this, poke. And then the flat part, not the bone part. It'll scratch off all the paint like this. You know, flat like the poofy. And then right in the middle. And I always make it too small to start, and then I have to go back and make it bigger. But you can't go like this. Watch. You can't go, woo, oh, I made a circle. No. Oh, I ruined it. Let me make it bigger. Oops, I ruined it. Let me make it bigger. Oops, I ruined it. No. So you can make a rainbow and then a smile, and it will be a perfect circle. Watch this. Okay. So I'm going to guess. I could put my 3 fingers up there, but I always make it too small. And I just go rainbow, okay, smile. And then I put my 3 fingers. Now a little bit bigger, a little bit. So I'm going to try it again. I told you, I don't know. I under measure. Okay, let me try again. So 3 fingers. So it needs to be a little wider. Okay, rainbow, smile, okay. There, okay. And then once you have your outline, how easy is it to fill it in? And how come I'm not using a paintbrush? Anyone attempting with a paintbrush? What is your paintbrush going to do? Stripe, stripe, stripe. So we're using our finger. It's nice and smooth. Okay, now I can just swirl it in her, and use your 3 fingers. Is it big enough? Okay, make her big. She's your moon, and everybody's going to stare at her, so let her show off. And then I could just spin the, oh, that's not it. Look at us. It turned too blue. I would like to put a little more white on top of that, because I know the blue underneath is wet. So I got a little bit more, just for her tummy, so she could be, oh, that's brighter. All right, that's nice. But look at, I got a cool spiral texture going on. Again. What? But it's pretty. Okay. And is this supposed to be a perfect circle, or is this human made? Not a printer. Not a printer made it. A real human with wiggly waggly blood and bones and muscles. So it's like, oh, it's not perfectly straight. Good. Because a human made it. And then put your fingers over it. Yeah. Okay. Just for your, and then this is going to dry. And we're going to go like this, like at some point, we're going to put glow-in-the-dark paint over all this, and nice and thick glow-in-the-dark paint on our moon. Then we put the trees on. So don't go back and fix this later. It looks great, all right? You can see all of yours, looks really good. Because we need this dry to put the glow-in-the-dark paint on it. Then we put the trees on. So we're like erasing the glow-in-the-dark paint. So at night, you'll see the tree. I know, it looks so good. Okay, so I gotta clean my finger off. No, paper towel. Okay, now I get to make stars. So, where's my yellow paintbrush? Oh, I set her down. So, yellow paintbrush, but we're not using this. Well, if I go like this, poke with my bristles, what's my bristles gonna do? They're gonna go poof. And they're going to make, I don't know what this is. That doesn't look like a star to me. So I'm going to use the stick of the yellow paintbrush. It's like a miniature fingerprint, right? And then you get white paint on there, and it looks like there's paint on the outside, but there's nothing left on the tip. So it makes like 5 stars or planets or universes. I don't know. And then you run out. So I'm going to get my white paint. I don't have to stab it. I just need some on the end. Poke, poke, right? So everybody pause and look up. I just want to show you the idea of it. Don't put them in a straight line. Those of you who love math will try to put them in a straight line. No. So I try to be random on purpose. And the first time I touch it will be very bright. Must be a planet. Very close. But watch as I run out of paint. I'm going to go far away from this one. Oop, oop, ooh. And they get less and 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 less paint. So the little tiny specks must be far, far, far away. So I give it permission to run out of paint. And then where can we put stars? All the way to the top, all the way to the side, all the way to the bottom. And on this side of the jar, around my moon, you just go crazy. But do not go like this. because the paintbrush will jump and they won't look round. So you just be on purpose, and where you just go straight ahead and go, and doink, 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 doink. And why do I jump around? Because I tend to put them math-wise in straight lines, and I'm trying to be all random about it. Oh, look, I ran out of paint. Far away. I like those. So the first one's a planet. Boom. And then I'm by my jar. Boom, boom, boom. Last. Ooh, around my moon. Around the back of my moon. Okay, those were invisible. I had like no paint right there. I need more stars. Mine's boring. Want to see something funny? You humans, did you, using your stick only, not the fluffy part, so let me guess, you made them 3 fingers apart? Why'd you do that for? Because you're a human, and humans like patterns. So let's ruin the pattern a little bit. Try to make them look more like stars. Watch this. Now, I'm going to let some of them be close to each other. Look at how mine are evenly spaced apart. What a weirdo. What a human brain. Okay, now I'm going to make little clusters. So everybody pause and look up. What if I make a little family? That would be a galaxy. So I go, oh, galaxy. Cluster. Star cluster. Space. What? Good. And it's helping me break up the pattern because they were all way too evenly spaced apart. Even if I start adding more stars, what do? I just add them evenly spaced apart closer together. Gosh, it's hard to break the human brain thing. So hard. Because you know why? How long have you been practicing evenly spacing your numbers and your letters? Since they let you play with pencils. So you have a lot of training. Look, I put more. Now look, they're 1 finger apart. Oh my, what? That's okay, I'll put some more clusters. That'll break it up. Beep, 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 beep. And what if we put a firefly on a star? So, fireflies are in front of the stars. The stars are just like whatever. They're just background decorations. Beep, 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 beep. Well, I would put some in my, just a few in my jar. I don't know. No, I don't know. They never show because we're going to fill the jar with fireflies. So who thinks that's a good trick, right? But look at how I still looks like I have paint on my paintbrush. I don't, because there's nothing on the stick, right? So like, oh, it's on the outside, nothing on the stick. It's a weird, bizarre, it's an illusion. But I just clean my stick off, bleep. Space. And did you make some clusters? And it looks like space. I know. Does anyone watch Star Wars? And he's zipping through space, and then you see the galaxies far away, or the Hubble telescope. So awesome. We learn more every year. We're just like, what? Awesome sauce. But did you want to know the truth? This is a full moon night. Can you see stars during a full moon? You cannot see stars during a full moon. But it would be cuter with the stars. So, whatever. Okay, you guys ready to do more? So I'm going to put my blue back in my row of my rainbow colors. Red, yellow, green, blue, purple. And now we can switch to Itty Bitty Just Born paintbrush. Little blue one. And I like her because even if I stabbed my paint, she can only pick up so much paint. You know, like this one, if I stab hard, she gets a lot of paint. No, this one, she can't pick up very much. So she's just right. And then how big is a firefly in this painting, right? I think it kind of looks like the jar fell over on the table and a bunch of marbles fell out, or gumballs. But what texture are we rooting for? A spiral. So we put a color and then we spin very softly on top and we just put a little bit of white. And what do we want? Like this one's orange I'm pointing at. Orange that has no white in it, a little bit of white, and little white strings is 3D. But what if I keep spinning it? Baby orange, I just get sherbet, and then it's a gumball. Blech. So I go, oh, the idea is to try to get spiral texture. So if we're doing this for the first time, how many of them do we have to do for our brain to understand it, right? Because first we're frustrated and confused, and then we have understanding, and then it's boring, right? So I go, okay. So I have to make at least 4 really ugly ones. And then my brain will get it, right? Because sorry, this is Earth. If you wanted it easier, you should have picked a different planet, but that's how it is here. Okay, so there's always 2 fireflies in the jar and 5 fly away. Let's just do the 2 red ones in the jar and nice and slow for our brain, right? And then we'll go, oh, I'll get it, okay. So I'm gonna get my red. I just dropped orange on the ground. Okay, and I just stab my red. Stab, how come? She can only pick up this much. It's all she can pick up, so I'm not scared of her. So you just poke it, poke, like that. And then how big is a firefly? We have to put all the colors on here, so we need them small because we have 7 colors. So I go, oh, if they're a fingerprint big, I always start off small, but when I put the white on it, they grow. But oh, they're about a fingerprint. Okay. But some people can't stand that, so they make them wild. Well, then if they get bigger, you're going to have to give them permission to touch each other. So you don't, and then this one must be in front of that one, okay? So I'm going to get my red paint. Okay, here I go. I'm just going to put this, how you put it on doesn't matter. It's a little circle, a fingerprint. I could put my fingerprint on there just for my brain to know how big it is. Yep. And then, there, done. Now you do it. And then put your finger over it. Yeah, basically. Not a speck, because we want pretty color in our painting, but just, you know, all right. And I think I have enough left for the second one. Fingerprint. Yep. But now I would like to get some white to decorate it, but there is red all over my paintbrush, so I'm going to lick it off. Nope. Okay, I'll stop saying that. It's dumb now. Now I wipe off my paintbrush, pinch, and it's still red, but at least I won't ruin all my white. How much white, remember how much blue we put on this? How much white did we end up making our glow? How much white? Just a little bit. Compared to how much blue, right? So when I go to decorate it, everybody pause and look up. Even if you're busy, watch me. This is how much I'm going to get. Oh, a little pearl on the end. Just a little pearl, right? I'm not stum. That'll make the whole thing turn white. So how many colors am I rooting for? Red by herself, a little bit of reddish white, and a string of white, if I'm lucky. So that means I can only touch it 1 time. If I go back and touch it twice, I make pink. Does that make sense? So watch me. Here I go. I'm going to show you. Watch with your eyes. Okay, remember, I like to be on the inside first. You could be the opposite. Doesn't matter. So I go, and then around that one, around, and I ran out of white. Yay. So sometimes I have pinky ones, and sometimes I have white ones, and there is red that has nothing in it. 3D. That is the best first one I've ever done. Usually I go too fast or too much paint. I nailed that one. I just want to say out loud. Usually I have to show it like 4 times for me to even like acknowledge myself. But that one came out good. Okay, now one more stick. So I just sneak up on my itchy bitchy white touch. And a little, right? And then, who thought they got too much white that time? Could you get less? Who said they got too little white? Could you get a little more? Yeah, we never get mad. We just do better. All right. Figure it out. And I just go, okay, then spiral. Okay, nothing happened. Okay, clear that one. See? Wasn't enough. I was too delicate. Poke. Okay, try again. Don't get mad. Just do better. And then do. Okay. I did it. Flat. And do I have a white piece? Yes, I'm so lucky. Do I have like pink pieces? Yes. Do I have red that has nothing? Yes. 3D. Does that make sense? Everybody's starting to turn off your camera. Can you guys turn your camera back on? I only have like 5 students left. Not okay. Okay, now we're going to go like this, and we're going to make, okay, how many fly away? 5. So now now that I've done, those 2 were just for learning, right? Now you understand it.
Turn your camera on, please.
Now
Andres, turn your camera on, please.
Thank you. I get lonely.
Andres, prende gracias.
And I want to see your painting. Yeah, Jesus, I want to see it. Okay, now I'm going to make 5. And where are they trying to fly to? This corner. They're trying to get away. But when I put mine, I don't put them in a straight line. Bugs don't do that. So I might go one really close to the jar. And then I kind of zigzag. And I go close, close, far, 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 farther away, the corner. Boinky, 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 boink. That one I didn't even make it round. That one's all funky. So 5 fly away. Ding, 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 ding. And how big are they? A fingerprint. They're not teeny. They're not itty bitty. I would like to have some color on my painting. So now I can clean my paintbrush pinch. And now what do I need to do? Decorate them. Turn on the light. So I go, okay, so I did really good on my first one. The second one, I did not get enough paint. But I'm on a learning curve, right? Frustration and confusion is required until I get to understanding. And then eventually you won't even notice getting paint. It'll just be like so automatic, like boring. Okay, so I just get white, a little pearl. I'm gonna see if I did it right. I won't know until I start spiraling it. If I don't know. Okay, now I'm gonna go decorate these. So I go, and if it doesn't have any white on it, it's time to stop and get more white. But spin, and spin. Oh, I'm already out of white. Okay, another poke. It only lasts for 1, really. And then spin. Oh, way too much white. Oh, it doesn't even have any red showing. Cuss and swear right there. That what? Is that my frustration showing? Oh, but those ones are better. Okay. Learning curve has to be allowed on earth. So when the teacher shows you math, are you learning math? No. When do you actually learn math? When you do it. So you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And then if you do it enough and you're like, oh, yeah, that's obvious. After doing it. Who got some red ones? Okay, we went nice and slow for the red ones because we were learning curve, we were spiraling, we were trying to figure out how much white paint to get. Oh, right? But now, who thinks the rest will be super easy? Was that frustration and confusion? Now will be understanding, and then it will get boring. Watch this, we'll be like, oh, I already know this lady. Okay, now I'm gonna put the lid on my red because I can paint little red hearts on rocks and stuff, so I'm keeping this. And then I hide the rocks in my yard or in my neighborhood. Okay, now I'm going to get orange. Okay, and then how many go in the jar? 2. Stab! How come I can stab? Because I know she can only hold so much paint, right? And I just put 2 in the jar. 1, 2, and then finger. I always measure with my fingerprint because I tend to make them too big. There. Okay, and then how many fly away? In a zigzag pattern. Close to the jar, far away, far away, far away, far away. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already got 5. Huh? That was fast. How come we don't have to go out slow on these? Because you already understand it. You're already like, yeah, lady, got it. Oh, my name's Miss Pixie. In case I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry. I just start talking like everybody knows me. Okay, now I'm going to get white and put the little spiral on. And you know what else I'm noticing? how much paint, like the orange paint is on there, also affects my white. Who's noticed that? When I didn't have very much red and I put a glob of white on it, I was like, oh, that's the white just painted right over the top because the red wasn't thick enough. So that's got to be part of the learning too. So now I'm gonna get a little poke of orange, oh, a little white, right? And decorate, spin, woo, and then stop. Because what happens if I keep spinning? I get a color, very boring. So I would like a spiral, okay? And then I get more white, and I spin again, and spin, stop. That one's cuter. Okay, a little bit more white, spin. Oh, no white at all. That was an F right there. F. I think I had a whole bunch of orange, so it ate up all my white. Okay. Uh-oh, look at that. That is too much white that I just got. I am going to stop right now and get some of it off. You know I was about to make a mistake. Okay, there. Okay, I caught myself though. Woo! And then more. Wee! You can wee. It makes it more like play. Wee! Okay. Who's beating me? You guys are beating me. I'm talking too much. Okay. Now, I put the lid on the orange. Thank you, orange. Bye. Get out of here. Okay, clean my paintbrush. And do you know why we don't need water? We're going in rainbow order. So we're not making any poo-poo colors. So look, here's the color wheel. We just did red, orange, and what are we going to do next? Yellow, then the bright green, blue, purple, right? But have you guys ever played with Play-Doh and all of a sudden look like a cat turd and you don't want to play with it anymore? Turn brown on you? Well, this is why. So a color wheel is a circle, right? But what does purple and yellow make? Brown. What does red and green make? They're across from each other? Brown. What about orange and blue? Brown. But if we go in rainbow order, we'll never make an ugly color because that one doesn't hurt that one, doesn't hurt that one, doesn't hurt that one. Okay? That's what we're doing. So what comes after orange? Yellow. And I have a little bit of orangey red in my paintbrush. This is going to make like fire. It's going to be pretty. So I just stab my yellow like I don't care. And I go, okay, how many go in the jar? No. Right? Random, anywhere. One. Oh, that does have red in it. You're jealous of me right now. Oh, fire. And then I go, okay, how many ran away? 5 ran away. So 1 close to the jar, 2. Hey, I'm staying too close to the middle. Look what I'm doing. How come not spreading them out like to the moon and to the grass? It's a perfectly straight line. I need to widen them a little bit. Let me go farther away. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Open it a little bit. More like an open triangle. Right? They were too straight. And then I clean my paintbrush. Well, are those very bright? No. What do I need? I need some white to turn on the light. So I get a little bit of white, poke. And I'm going to spin it in my yellow and let's just decorate and go spin. Oh, spin. More paint, more white paint. Spin. Oh. And when it dries, the white will be whiter and the color will dry darker. Acrylic paint is like that. It changes colors as it dries. Look at your moon. Wasn't our moon way brighter than that? Now she's all dark. Because paint darkens when she dries. That is just the law. Like when you go to Home Depot and order paint and they open the can and it's white. And you're like, we're ordering brown, lady. She's like, this is the white gel that turns clear like Elmer's glue that's going to spread the brown paint for you and then turn clear. So you never fall in love with wet paint. It's a trick. Because the gel disappears. And you're like, oh, it's so pretty. And then it dries all dark. That's why they put it on the top of the lid and dry it so you can see her real color. Okay, what comes after yellow? Red, yellow, green. Okay, which green? Remember, you have to pass this test right now. Which green? The lighter green. This dark green is the shadow for the grass. So no. Bye. So it's going to be, yes, light green, cuter, shinier. Poop. How many go in the jar? 3. How many fly away? 5. Who doesn't need my help anymore? I know. How come? You did frustrated and confused. I understand it. You're now officially bored and you just have to make more colors. What a good brain you have. You just, and do you even have to look at how much paint to get anymore? No, you already learned it. So I get my green stab and go 1, 2 in the jar, and then 5 fly away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I went really close to the top there. Green ones. And clean my paintbrush. Pinch. Who's beating me right now? Chloe's beating me, huh? Because I saw you using green paint already. You're beating me. I told you you'd get to board fast with a good brain. Because your brain goes, I already know what I'm doing. Stop talking, lady. Okay, now I can get the white and decorate them with some spirals. Spin! Oh, too much white. That one came out white. I wasn't being careful. Less white. See, I got too confident. Again. Try again. Better. I love and forgive myself while I'm learning because I'm adjusting all the time. Like, I don't know. What? Okay, got it. Just a tiny speck. Okay, got it. Spin. Isn't that a pretty green? It's like an emerald. You know an emerald? The emerald is the green stone. It's actually the rarest in the world because it comes from the deepest part of the earth. The green stone. But nobody ever wears the green stone. My birthstone is the opal. The shimmery one. She looks like a rainbow. Okay, what comes after green? Look at this big hole in the middle of mine. Was I avoiding this spot or something? What the heck? I went around it. Now I have a big hole in it. I better put some more fireflies right there. Okay, so blue. Who wants to hurry up and finish these and stop listening to me? On your mark, get set, go. You just know 2 in the jar, 5 fly away. Put white on them. Don't wait for me. Do not wait for me. You just go. And I will, you know what? You can challenge me to stop talking. Teachers cannot stop talking, so I will cover my mouth and I will try not to talk while you do blue and purple. But I just want to warn you, blue and purple are very dark without white's help. I just want to say that it needs white's help. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. You go. Just paint. I'll be quiet. Chloe's done? All right, for you. done. So there. Look at my white though. Ew, does anyone have dirty white? It won't hurt nothing. Don't worry. That's a lot of good white that you could decorate other things with. Andres, are you just, you don't want to wait? Andres, after you put the white, Andres, put a little string of blue on top while it's still wet. Okay? Andres, look. Little bit of blue on top. String the blue on top. Okay? It's blue and white. Who's all done? No helpsies? By yourself? Like you're the boss? That's right. So we went confusing, frustrating, understanding, easy, boring, done. Okay, now, okay, brain. Now we're gonna do our jar. Okay, so let me show you the jar. I want skinny lines. So I'm still using the little baby blue paintbrush, right? But it's look at how waggly it is because I'm made out of human bones and skin and stuff. So I just fold my paintbrush and I go, and then I push like that. Did I wiggle? No. If you wiggle your paintbrush like you're doing crayons, you'll have furry glass. So instead I just push and pull, and I do it in blue. Then I put a tiny string of white on it. And I give it permission to be sometimes bright white and sometimes ran out of white. You want to see me do it? Okay, mine's going to be on a silver thing, so that's going to be confusing. But watch, I get my blue. And how much blue do I get? A lot. Now everybody pause and look up. And I just push my paintbrush. And if I miss, nobody can see the black lines. So fake it. But I just push like this. I fold my paintbrush over. And then I push. Did I wiggle? No. Spin, push. And then as soon as it's not giving up any more blue, poke, more blue. Do not scribble to get more blue out. Push. Oh, I missed. Push. I'm getting rid of my silver. You just have to get rid of your black line, which is way easier. Okay, everybody pause and look up. Don't do anything. Watch. I just made them blue. Before they can dry, I clean my paintbrush, and I'm going to do it as soft as I can and string some white on top. Watch this. So it's not very much white. It's a little poke, super soft, and I already painted it blue, but watch. I give it permission to be white in places and run out of white in places. So I just go, whee, and it's going to make baby blue sometimes, and it's going to be white sometimes, and as I run out of paint, it gets softer. And that's it. So where does it happen to be the most bright? I guess the moon hit it. What if I touch that one more time? What will I get? Baby blue. But I give this other blue just a little bit. And I don't care because it's neat to look at. And then I can do the sides with blue. Stab. And I just push. Oh, is it going to come out straight? No, you human. It comes out straight-ish. You should have a waggle to it because you're made out of blood and bones and stuff. So you just kind of guess and you just go, wee, push. And I ran out of paint already. So I get more, poke. And I do the oval on the bottom, rainbow, smile. And then the other side, blue, wee. And then, now they're blue. Should I let them sit there? Because that looks invisible to me right now. It's completely invisible. So now I clean my paintbrush and get a little poke of white and float on top of the blue like a little string of white. Watch this. It's going to be so bright because the moon is hitting it. I'm so white. And then I run out of white, run out of white. I'm just driving my car. Whoosh. I just ran out of paint. And then whatever's left on my paintbrush, oh, I highlighted it. Well, so it's blue with a string of white on it. And then do we care how much white ends up on it? No, it's a reflection. It's a reflection from the moon. So it's just some. who thinks it has a good effect, finds that interesting to look at. So what's the texture that we're going for? Smooth? That if it's smooth, then no fuzzy wiggles, right? You just push your paint and then highlight the paint and then done. Too much fussy touching and you keep picking up your paintbrush, it's like bounce, 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 and it's like, that's not smooth. So you just push your paint, drive your car, and turn the corner. And then as soon as you run out of paint, stab, get more paint, very blue, right? Nice. But look what my jar has that yours doesn't have. Look at the top of it's getting some reflection, but I kind of did mine straight. But a jar is supposed to be curved, so I think an F. I wish mine had a little bit of bend to it, like not a half a rainbow, a comma? I don't know. So it had a little arch to it. And then all my lines touch each other, and I make them blue, and then I put a little bit of white on them. And then look at the bottom. Are they all perfect? Like someone trimmed them with scissors? No. It's all red. It's a light reflection. So I go, oh, okay. So I stab my blue. So everybody pause. Even if you're busy doing something else, watch me do this. And then you can go back to what you're doing. Okay, so I'm just going to touch that line and I go arch. Oh, there. That's so much better. Look at this little curve I'm getting. Has a little bend. Okay, I'm out of blue. More blue. Step. Oh, I just killed a firefly. I don't care. Get out of here, firefly. Okay, there. And then, now that the blue, so boring. Now I get to clean my paintbrush and get some white and now highlight it. Because why? The moon is shining on it. Fling! Oh, very white. How come? The moon is directly under it. But as I keep going, I'm running out of white, 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 running out of white. Done. And then look, I have variations of color anyway. So I like the curve. It's a texture idea, right? Just the top of the jar should be getting a reflection from the moon. And then the texture, like, well, then wouldn't it be all smooth and stuff? Yeah, but we're also making a handmade painting, so sometimes you guess on the texture. Andres has a question. No? I'm taking a pause because some people are doing delicate work of their jar. Nice. Delicate, delicate. And then isn't it, it's almost like you're watching it happen and you're like, ooh, look at that. It's just changed colors. It just has a different texture right there. That's literally how you learn on Earth is you're like, huh, that's curious. I punched my sister and then the whole family comes and she's screaming and then this happens and that happens and that. Oh, so that's a bad thing. Literally, you learn by doing. And you're set up because that's how this Earth is, right? So if you would like to learn how to not be angry so often, what are you going to need? A whole bunch of people to make you angry so you can practice. So you can thank your siblings because nobody makes you more mad than siblings, right? So you're like, wow, thank you for letting me practice my anger again. I don't know. To set up this Earth. Okay, who's ready to put some glow-in-the-dark paint on there? So I got to find it. Here it is. Oh, it's been out for a while too, so I'm going to see. Oh, it's way glowier. Because mine was in the bag, so it wasn't getting much light. It's brighter now. Okay. And I open it. Clunk. Ew. Right? But I'm just going to use my finger because it will give a better texture. My paintbrush, what will my paintbrush do? A string, terrible. Because the texture that we put the glow-in-the-dark paint is all that shows at night. So don't put it on like this just because it would be faster. Because what are you going to see at night? Zigzags. No, we want this texture. More interesting, right? So I go, all right, let me get a fingerful. And wait, do this. Touch it and feel it in your fingers. The microscopic powder that is the glow-in-the-dark they're beads. These are the smallest things I've ever felt in my fingers, and I can't believe my fingers are this sensitive and they could actually feel that. It's like I'm a super robot. Okay, now I'm gonna get the scoop of it. Oh my god, right? But I drop it off and it kind of skips and dashes. Look at that interesting texture. That is, I don't know how I did it, but I love it, right? And I'm just gonna go around and around and around and decorate my moon. Woo, woo. And I like that it skips and jumps because it won't be all perfect. And it's a glow. Pew, 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 pew. Okay. And it looks white, right? It dries clear like Elmer's glue. It's just dropping off the fancy powder for us, like sticking it on there for us. So you're like, oh, it's ruining my moon. And you're like, it'll go away. It leaves a weird texture. That's all it leaves when it dries. I like it. Ooh, ooh, I'm smoothing now. Round and around and around. And do I have to have it solid thick? No. Thick, thin, thin, thick. Wherever it's thickest will be brightest. Wherever it's thinnest will be darkest. So like, So then I need some more right here because there's like no paint on this side. Oh, there's not very much on the top. Okay. Cool. Yay, yay, yay. That's good, right? And then you're appreciating the thick and thin thing because we know that texture matters. And we didn't scribble. We're doing a spiral. Okay, now the moon. Shouldn't the moon be brighter and nice and thick? Like a lump? And then, so I'm going to try to be very flat with my paintbrush and put it on very thick and smooth, right? Like sit like that and put it on my moon. Nope, more. It feels scratchy still. If it's scratchy, it's definitely dry. Nope, more. I've gotten 3 scoops already. I want it nice and thick and smooth. I can feel the canvas still. This is my 4th scoop. Mine's gonna be bright and they're gonna be jealous of me. And now I'm using my flattest part of my finger to try to make it absolutely smooth and flat and smooth and flat. Not the tip of my finger, that's got a bone in it. It will scratch all the paint on. Okay, there. Guys, look how much white it is from the reflection, but I'll do this, right? So, let's try to not have it reflect. Oh, I can't help it. So you see those white pieces? Those are me. And then look how much whiter my moon is. Because I put a lot. And I don't even care. Well, that's going to dry while we make grass. And save your energy for treat. Oh, I'm out of paper plates. I always demonstrate my trees on paper plates. Let me check. Nope. Be right back. Okay. Sorry for the delay. Okay, so you got that on there, and that's gonna dry so we can put our tree on top. Okay. Oh, Elizabeth, so awesome. That looks great. Okay, now grass. This is when you have to really, really trust me. Okay, because it is so much paint, and the paint is dripping off. Because if the paint is not thick, we have nothing to flick. Remember when we did the moon and how it was way better with thick blue paint? Now we're going to put like this. Let me show you. I used the dark green. And I'm going to use this whole cup. I don't even care. And I'm going to fill this bottom row with dark green. Then I fill the next one with the, whoops, I dropped it. Then I fill the next part with the bright green. I'm just going to fill until there's no more paint left in my cup. I fill it. And then I get white paint and I just stab, oh, not white, yellow paint, and I go stab and I flick through the two colors and go flick. Okay, let me show you what I mean. And this is just an idea. When you do it, it'll be way better. Okay, so here's my super dark green. Okay, I'm doing this in miniature, tiny. So bleh, bleh, look how lumpy. How thick is that? So thick, it's disgusting, okay? Then I get bright green. And then she is touching, but on top. Keep watching me, watch me. Okay, hello, and I'm super thick, goopy. It's all dripping. I don't care. Now I clean my paintbrush off to make her pointy. Now I'm going to stab my yellow. Look how much yellow I have. And I don't care. Now I touch the very bottom of the painting where the dark green is and I flick it. I can only flick up. How come? Because I'd like the tops to be pointy. Watch. I get the yellow and go flick. And then I go flick, flick. Oh, there's still some in between there. Let me get that middle one. Whoop, whoop. And then it just turned boring green, so it's time to get more yellow. But I got dark pieces, medium pieces, yellow pieces, and I flicked them. But watch me ruin it. Want to see me ruin it? Let me fix it by going down. Smash. If I go up and down, they're huge and they pulled it. What are those supposed to be? Aliens peeking out of my grass? No, you can only go up. Up is how you get them to be pointy. Look how many times I touched it. Where'd my yellow go? Why did my yellow die? Because who's more powerful, green or yellow? If you touch yellow more than one time, she runs away and hides inside the green. Gone. Doesn't exist. Okay? So let's do it together. But if you want to go super, super fast, I don't blame you. And then what about getting paint on your cardboard easel? On the very, very falling off the bottom. Fine. The cardboard easel can handle it, all right? So I'm going to get all of my dark green. All of this. All of it. Now I'm going to go scoop and put it under the line. Blah, 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 blah. And then I get another scoop. I don't care. I don't care how thick it is. Blah, 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 blah. Because I'm going to turn it into grass. And then another disgusting scoop. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see how thick I did it. Hey, I still have some green in my cup. I can't be done yet. Look at the black showing through. Ugh. I'm going to put it on more. I'm going to get more of my green. And I put it on softer because I keep scratching it off, I think, because I'm being so aggressive. Here, let me do it. Okay. Oh, softer is way thicker. Okay. I was being a little hyper. Okay. More paint. And put it on shimmy. Oh, it just dripped all over my easel. There. Super thick and soft. There, it stayed on. I didn't scratch it back off. Because my paintbrush is like a sponge. She'll pick it up. Okay. Now look how thick. Look at right there. I could even smooth that. And oh, bye, black. Bye. Oh, I'm doing it so soft. I'm spreading. Yep. So thick. And don't think I'm lying. How much green do I have left in my cup? None. Okay. Now I have to lick this off. No. Gross. Okay. Clean off my paintbrush patch. Now what goes above that? And what if the two greens touch? It's grass. They could touch. They don't hurt nothing. Now I get bright green. Here she is. Ta-da! Scoop it. And just, okay, now that I learned how to do it on the bottom row, I'm not going to push as hard. Calm down. I just spread it like peanut butter. It spreads fine. I was being way too aggressive. All right. And I don't want to see that Sharpie line. Get out of here. Bye, Sharpie. Goodbye. What if I get grass on my jar? Is that bad? No, because otherwise it'll look like your jar is floating away. We have to let some of the grass touch our jar so she looks like she's in the grass. I'm not scared. But I'm not doing it yet. I'm just filling it in with green. I still have green in my cup. And look at all the black that's showing. I don't think that's right yet anymore. I'm going to do it 2 times. 2 times. First time I get it wet. Second time I put it on thicker and softer. The paintbrush keeps taking the paint back off. She's like a little sponge. Like, stay on there, paint. God, so soft. Okay, that's way better. I'm doing the second time. I do better. Oh, I'm doing it. I know. I'm doing it softer. Texture matters, right? And just fall off the page on the sides. Flick off the page. Off the page. There. Clean my paintbrush. Paint. Wouldn't it have been fun to do that finger painting? But I feel like I'd wipe it all off again. I don't know. But that would be fun. I like finger painting. I don't know if you guys have got to do that since you got older, but it is so fun. And you're making flowers with your finger. Oh, the best. Okay, everybody pause, even if you're busy. Find your yellow paint. I just want to show you with your eyes. When do you actually learn? Do you learn by watching me? No. When do you actually learn? When you do it. So this is just like a suggestion for your brain. And then you'll be like, I will decide how. Okay, watch. I stab the white. Stop saying white. I stab the yellow and I touch the very bottom of the painting and I pull that dark green straight up through the light green. Flick. Oh, that's like pure yellow. Okay, maybe the next one will be better. Oh, here we go. Now, oh, whoop, whoop. Okay. Remember the trick when you start to run out of paint, it becomes more interesting? I think it's true. Okay, there. Should I go back and touch those one more time? No, the yellow will be eaten by the green. Green is 1,000 times more powerful than yellow. There's only a little tiny bit of powder in the gel in the yellow. So flick up, up. How come I can only go up, up? I touch the very bottom of the painting, go up, up, up. Oh, and do they all have to be perfectly straight? No, grass bends to the right and to the left a little. Right? So I get more green. Look, it turned just green. I don't even care. And then they all touch each other like you're vacuuming or mowing the lawn. And I'm just scratching the dark right through the medium. Oh, do they all have to be the same size? No, nobody comes along and trims them with scissors. If you want a longy one, you can have a longy one. Whatever. Oh, ran out of yellow. Boring. Up, 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 up. That's too yellow right there. I'm going to touch it one more time. Because what will happen if I touch the yellow one more time? She'll disappear. She did. Here I go. I'm about to touch my jar. Woo! Stab the yellow and flick up, 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 up. Scratch the 2 greens together. Oh, ran out of yellow again. Stab. Flick, flick, flick. That one's too yellow. I'm going to touch it one more time. And then I go back, because you won't have this problem, but I do. You can see my silver Sharpie line. You can't see your line. You guys are lucky. I don't want to see that line. So I'm going to go make sure all those are hidden. Bye. Bye. Okay. Well, right there in the middle. Me no likey. Oh. But I had a silver Sharpie line so you guys could see it. How many color values do I have in my grass? Dark pieces, medium pieces, and light pieces? What if I scribbled them together? I could have just stirred them on a plate and made some version of green. Boring. So boring. I'm so bored. It's like, and you just watch it happen. Like, don't think about it too much. Just like flick. Ooh. Oh. Curious. Look at that. Look what it did. And then change their direction. Sometimes they lean that way and sometimes they lean that way. because of the wind. And they're all touching because it's grass. You just enjoy that, making the grass. No rushy. It's like, oh, it's like, I always find it very curious, and look what it's, like that. And then you're constantly adjusting how much paint you get and how hard you push. Now, That's called learning, right? What did you, when you watched me make grass, did it make you be a better grass maker? No. When you made grass, you became better. I'm just a shower, right? You guys are the doers. Do you guys ever watch Bob Ross? I love Bob Ross. But oil paints are very, very expensive. Little tiny tubes of paint like this are like $30, and the paintbrushes can be like $50. So even being an old person, I never got into oil paint because it's too expensive. Acrylic paint is cheaper. So I always love watching him, but I never did it myself. But it looks fascinating. But I imagine when I started, how many ugly paintings would I have to make before I understood it? Like 5 ugly paintings, right? Most people, and just throw them away. Or you save them so you can prove to yourself how much better you got. But most people aren't willing to make ugly. They're like, oh, it has to look just like his when I start. And I'm like, no, that's learning curve. You're supposed to be frustrated and confused. You make a whole bunch of ugly ones. Then you understand. Then it's easy. But most people are like, it's ugly. I'm not doing it ever again. And you're like, okay, whatever. Guess you shouldn't have picked Earth for your learning planet. Okay, who's ready to make trees? Is grass done? I want to make sure everybody was finishing with their touch. Okay, so now turn your painting like this. Watch your grass. But we're going to put the tree on there. So I want to show you. You're like, what are we doing? But look. It's actually way easier to draw this way, up, than try to pull from the side. Does that make sense? Up is way easier for your brain. And then when we tilt it, we're like, nice. Okay. So we need our black paint. Where's black? Oh, why is she black and not a pretty green leaves? It's a silhouette. There's a bright moon behind her, so this is a silhouette. And you know that silhouettes are black because what's behind it is so white. So where's my black? And I need my teeny tiny paintbrush. And now I need a paper plate because I want to show you trees. So is everybody ready to watch? Okay, this is so boring because I have to use my words. So boring. So try to watch me. Wait, blue paintbrush. It's very tiny. Not the yellow paintbrush. The yellow paintbrush, when I smash it, she's huge. This one, when I smash it, she just gets a little bit bigger. Okay, so watch me. I'm going to show you a tree. Everybody watch. Everybody push pause. I hold my paintbrush, not a pencil. If I hold my paintbrush like a pencil, look what it will do. I'll do it on the back. Smash, pencil, smash. I got blue paint instead of black paint. I laugh at myself. What are you doing, you crazy lady? Let me clean my paintbrush. There's my black. Okay, stop. Okay, so this is if you hold it like a pencil, watch me. This is how you get an F. Watch. Smash. I'm holding like a pencil. Oh, holding it like a pencil and the same thickness the whole time. What is that supposed to be? Straight up, holding it like a pencil and it's opened. And then I come back down and it's completely open. It's one thickness. You can't hold it like a pencil. Watch this. Now I get my black paint. Oh, I got blue again. Okay, that's it. I'm putting the lid on the blue. You little twerp blue is just too dark. Okay, where's my black? How dare you trick me twice. Okay, now I'm going to get black. Okay, watch this. I hold my paintbrush actually upside down like it's on an elevator. My elbow's on an elevator and I'm pulling my paintbrush. There's a reason. Watch this. smash. Of course, when I touch it first, look at how big my paintbrush got. Don't look away. Everybody look. Watch me. And I'm going to pull. And I'm going to higher. And as I do it higher, it's actually getting softer and softer and softer. What happens to all sticks the farther they get away? They get thinner. From thick to thin. My arm is thick all the way to fingernails, right? Now watch me make twigs. Twigs are parallel. So I go smash. And I pull parallel. And at the last second, I'm doing it super soft. Well, the rule is you cannot put another stick right here. That'll just make a fork. No, right? So I have to go higher up, and I just go, oh, higher up. And then I can climb these. Watch. I can go to the right, and then a little higher to the left, and a little higher to the right, and a little higher to the left, and a little higher to the right, and a little higher to the left, and a little higher to the right. Each time I went a little higher and jumped sides, right, left, but I had to go high. Did you know why that's true? They grow in a spiral. So they go branch, 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 right? So you're like, what? So I can, and then I put the trunk nice and thick, tree. Okay, let's do it together. That is an idea. Do you know how to do it yet? No? Because we haven't done it yet. Okay, so I'm going to stab the black. Stab. Upside down paintbrush. How am I holding it? With 2 fingers. Right? And I'm going to pull. Right? And then when I smash it first, it's very thick. And I'm going to go right on top of the moon. Don't care. And it gets skinnier and skinnier and skinnier and softer and softer. You want to see me do it? I'll do it closer. Watch. Okay, here I go. I touch the very bottom. Smash. And then I pull up, 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 up. I'm letting go. I'm not going to let go. I still have black paint. I'm going to go. It's super soft. Stick. Look it. It's not perfectly straight. Is that okay? Yes, it's a stick. So if my human waggle actually helps. Now you do it. 1 stick. Do I pull back down and make it completely the same thickness? No. You can only go up. Now I get more black paint. Step. Let's climb it and make branches. Okay, upside down paintbrush. Pick any side, doesn't matter. So I touch the very bottom and I go, and do you guys know the word parallel? Right next to the branch you already put, but I go straight up, stop. I wanted it higher. Let me see. No, there's no paint left. I can't go higher. Oh, there's my fork. Uh-oh. So now I get more black paint. Now I'm going to go to the other side. Okay, and I'm not going to put it down here. I have to go higher up on the tree and do it on, that's on the right side. So now I have to do it on the left side, higher up on the tree. I just touch the branch. I'm going to get my own hand out of the way so you can see. And I go, touch, pulling, pulling, upside down paintbrush, upside down paintbrush. Let go. And hold it upside down. How come? Because she'll come to a tiny point. If I hold like a pencil, she'll open the whole time and be thick, one thickness, right? Now let's put twigs. How do you put twigs? To the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Okay, so and they're teeny tiny, super soft, itty bitty baby. So I go, okay, to the right, to the left, to the right. Okay, and let me do more. Step. I go, and I'll get this branch. Let me get my own hand out of the way, sorry. To the right, to the left, to the right. And how soft am I being? Because I want it very skinny. To the right, to the left, to the right. Why do I not push hard? My paintbrush will open and be humongous. I'm doing it really soft till she stays tiny. Does that remind you of the texture and pattern of a tree? Do you remember when you were little? Who remembers when they were little and they made a Groot? Is this the kind of tree that you used to make? It's Groot, right? And then you put the fluffy thing on it. Like, how come that's wrong? Because 2 branches would not be at the same spot. They would have to go higher up, higher up, higher up, higher up. Or that would be a weak spot. Too much pressure right there. Okay, want to put another one? I have just enough room for one maybe like right here, I guess. I don't know. Just one. Just a little one. A baby one. A baby. Okay? So I'm going to get black. And maybe not as many twigs. And this upside down paintbrush, pull. Okay, that's good enough. It was a baby. A little baby one. And then, okay. And this is for understanding, right? Because the first one, you're like, what? Now you're like, oh. To the right, to the left, to the right. And maybe one twig. There, done. Oh, you want to see it up closer? I just put this in just a baby one with not very many twigs because she was just born. I don't need it all busy with a bunch of sticks because I'm going to put some leaves. Sticks are just going to hold the leaves on. And it's don't put too many, otherwise it looks haunted. Too much black. Right? Now watch this. I want us to see how to make leaves. This is summertime. So we have to put leaves. It's not winter. So watch me. Everybody pause and look up. This is a leaf. And I just touch. That is literally a leaf. What? But watch. How do leaves grow? To the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Watch this. So I go to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. And I just swish towards the stick. Swish, 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 swish. To the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. And I'm climbing my willow tree. I'm to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. I don't have to push very hard. It's just a little tiny dash, like a phone number dash. To the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Oh! Now I'm going to do it to my tree. I always decorate that paper plate like it was fancy. Now let me do my tree. To the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. And I don't have to push very hard because I don't want giant leaves. There's little tiny itty bitty dashes. To the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. One side, the other side. But I always go a little bit higher. I'm not making V's. Right? Little V's. No, because that means their bottoms would be touching. No, every time I go a teeny bit higher. And it's only for twigs. Branches don't get nothing. The twigs like to be decorated. There. And then when we're done, we switch it like this. Do you know what this is when I do this? It's from the 1920s. This is how they did congratulations. So I do that because I saw it in a black and white movie. So I keep doing it. Yay! My husband watches black and white movies. Very boring. Who feels like that tree came out better than you thought it might? Because it's really just a pattern that you just learned just a second. And then you're like, why didn't someone show me the pattern of trees so I'm not making ugly Groot trees? You're like, oh, they never let their branches touch. They always go a little higher every time. Now turn it so you can see your tree. Don't be disappointed with your tree. That's standing up. Now turn it to its side. Looks way better. And we put the glow-in-the-dark paint on first. So you just blocked out some glow-in-the-dark paint. So it's going to look all haunted. Where you can see the glow, but then the tree will show. Very cool. Okay. We have to put our glow-in-the-dark paint on our fireflies with this filthy, dirty, black paintbrush. What can we do? We could wash it out, but we don't have any water. So watch this. See how I have white paint and mostly just one side is ugly? I'm going to wash machine my black paintbrush because there's water in here in this white paint, and I'm not using this white paint again. So everybody pause and look up. I'm going to stick my black paintbrush in here and just wash machine, spinny, 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 spinny. And then when I take it out and get a nice clean paper towel, that paper towel is filthy. Like this, and I squeeze it out. It should squeeze out black too. Let me see. Squeeze. And then I check it. Oh! Still too much black in it. Let me do it one more time. Where's my white? Wash machine, wash machine, wash machine. Okay, now let me try again. pinch, pull. Oh, way better. Way. Clean paintbrush. Let me give another hard pinch. I wash machined it out with some white paint that was extra because I don't want a bunch of smeared fireflies. And let me check for my painting, because if your fireflies are shiny, they're still wet. Okay, my orange one is still wet. That's my only shiny one, that one? Okay, I'll do that one last. Or if you pick up any of the paint, don't stick it in your glow-in-the-dark paint. Just wipe off your paintbrush to keep your glow-in-the-dark paint clean. But we're going to decorate them all. So should we scribble them like this? Side to side, up and down? No. We're going to end. How thick do we want these? As thick as you can make them. How come? The glow-in-the-dark paint, the thicker it is, the more powder that's on it, right? So look at mine. I know you can't see it, but it was literally trying to drip. Look at it drip. It dripped right there. I don't care. This is so glowy, I can hardly stand it. Okay, so I'm going to get my little clean blue paintbrush and my glow-in-the-dark paint, and I just go scoop and swirl it on each one. Oh, that's not enough. I want mine to glow. Scoop, swirl. Oh, I don't even care how thick it is, or if it starts to drip, I just spin it again. It'll stay there. Swoosh. Scoop and swoosh. You know what? Tonight, because you can't see it right now, tonight when and it's dark, or you take it into the bathroom that has no windows, you'll be able to tell that you don't have enough glow-in-the-dark paint. If you have any glow-in-the-dark paint left over, do a second coat and make them super bright. But you can't know while it's daytime how good you did it. Or if you missed one, because you think you painted all of them, and then later you're like, oh, shoot, I missed that one. Ew, I just got paint on my paintbrush, so I'm not going to stick it inside of my glow-in-the-dark paint. I'm going to wipe it off real quick to get off my paintbrush. There. It'll make my glow-in-the-dark paint all dirty. Okay. But I don't always know which ones are wet still, because I wasn't very consistent with how thick I put the paint on there. Oh, so pretty. I can't wait till it's done. And, well, I won't be able to see it when it's actually done, when it's glowing in the dark. And we can also put it on our jar and those fireflies inside the jar. And you could trace the jar, because only the glass would glow, right? Not the whole jar. It would only reflect, right? And definitely the grass would not glow. Nothing on the grass is soppy wet. So do not put any. I think last time I forgot to put glow-in-the-dark paint in my fireflies in the jar. Huh. I'm just now remembering. Okay, I can't tell what I did. I'm going to hold it to the side for shininess. Try to get the light reflection. Oh, I did miss those two. It's very hard to tell. How thick are you putting yours? Put as thick as you want. And tonight, if you have some leftover glow-in-the-dark paint, second coat. You can't go over your moon right now because we just painted black trees and that would just smear everywhere, right? It'd be all gross. Okay, spin. Now I'm going to do my jar. Are you jealous of me right now because I was faster than you? It's just because I've done it before. And what is my brain doing? Is my brain thinking? No, my brain's like, oh, boring, easy, right? My brain's at that spot. Not because I'm better at it or smarter. It's because I've done it before. It better be easier for me because I have a human brain. Okay. Click, 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 click. Shine, 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 shine. Ooh. Oh. Feeling good about it. You know what I don't like is every time I do this painting with you guys, my silver Sharpie shows through and I'm like, but it's not supposed to, but you guys don't have that. But I can't help it. You won't be able to see it otherwise. And put the lid on your glow-in-the-dark paint because tonight you're going to want to put a second coat. I'm telling you, it's the best. Okay, and then put all the lids on your paints. So are you guys going to decorate some rocks or something like this weekend? The green, you can make frogs, round rocks, and make frogs, and they're green. And then you put 2 big round blobs on their eyes for eyes. You can make butterflies and hearts. You can make flowers. But that's wet on wet, so you'd have to do the leaves, dry them, put a flower, dry them. You know what I mean? Because we can't because otherwise you'd be mixing colors. We didn't do that. We went boom, 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 because we went in rainbow order. And see how we didn't make any poo-poo colors? Because we never jumped across the color wheel. So we never canceled any colors and made them. Ew, I just got slimed by paint. It just touched me. And this paint comes off with water on your hands, right? And you just get it wet. And you have to count to 20. Waiting, and the water has to soak into the paint, and then it scratches right off. Like it has to turn back to Elmer's glue, right? Plastic literally is like Elmer's glue, and plastic is acrylic paint, right? Oh, and what paintbrush are you supposed to take care of? The yellow paintbrush. So we rinse and then pinch it with a paper towel and rinse and pinch it and keep cleaning. You can use soap, but don't rub it on your hand like this. Like that. It'll make all her bristles stick out. So you just bouncing and pinch and bouncing and pinch like that. Still with soap if you want soap. And you could clean. Look at my stick. What a filthy pig. It's all over my hands, is why. Good job, you guys.